something for us today.
Oh, we got props.
Yeah, if your team won, you can enjoy me with a victory cigar.
You smoke cigars?
You're calling Black and Mild cigars
I'll be on
now?
the miles. I'll be on the miles with that yank hard yesterday, Skip.
Shannon, this is very off-brand.
Hold on, Joey.
I'm just going to
First of all,
tell you that.
if your team did not score a point yesterday, please do not touch the victory cigar.
I think by not smoking the Black and Mild,
where did you buy those at Rite Aid?
Hold on. First of all, Skip, why you be on me on these miles? Because I be on these miles and hen dog, and now y'all got problems with me. Let me celebrate.
That is something.
Wait, Joy, help me out. Did the season end yesterday?
Wait,
think, is it over?
What did I tell you? I told you at the beginning of the year you guys weren't making the playoffs. You already knew you weren't making the playoffs.
Oh. Well, who are you guys? I never know from week to week.
Weren't you with the G-Men?
Yeah, G-Men.
Or something?
Hold on.
I didn't recall that.
Did the Broncos win yesterday?
What, G-Men win the East?
Hold on. Did the Broncos win, yes or no?
Yes.
Well, that's debatable.
You know what?
I'm not sure.
It calls for an occasion, a very special Black and Mild.
Why y'all be on me because I'm on these miles? I'm on these miles and that hen dog. My eyes about to be like Michael Jordan.
You deserve it.
By the end of the season.
They will.
We will talk about the Cowboys' tough loss in a minute, but we have to start with another home loss for the Patriots. They lost to Carolina on a last-second field goal, 33-30. Tom Brady led the Patriots from 14 down in the fourth quarter to tie it at 30, but his defense let him down again. Cam Newton led the game-winning drive and had 4 total touchdowns, 3 in the air and 1 on the ground. Cam became the first quarterback in NFL history with 50 career rushing touchdowns. Then after the game, Cam responded to his critics. Take a listen.
It was a lot of somewhat the respect thing that we felt like we wasn't getting. And, not saying that the Patriots were doing it, it was just more or less you guys were doing it. This was a statement game for us. And just moving forward, this game set precedents and set the tone for, the season moving forward.
Shannon, was yesterday more about Cam or about the Patriots defense?
There's plenty enough blame to go around, but I'm going to give the lion's share of the credit to the Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton. Cam looked like a different Cam. If you look at him the first 3 weeks, yeah, they were 2-1 heading into this game. Go on the road, score 23 points against a 49ers team. They beat Buffalo, 9-6? 9-3. Yep. So really nothing there. And then they playing at home, and they get blown out by a New Orleans Saints team.
But a team you said was going to be historically bad on defense?
Yeah, I still believe.
They did that at Carolina, and then they shut out your team?
Well,
go ahead.
But just think Miami would really be in trouble if Jay Cutler didn't know this offense. But we'll talk about that later. I thought Mike Shula did a great job of calling this game. If you look, when you average like almost 7 yards a carry, Skip, it's going to be hard for you to get the ball back because they're going to run the ball down your throat. And Carolina only punted once. Carolina punted the football one time. I don't care who your quarterback is. I don't care how many games they've won, how many Super Bowls. You're not winning in this league if you can only get the team off the field once. Now, they did intercept him early in the first quarter, so that was twice that the defense actually stopped Carolina. Other than that, Carolina was going up and down the field. Benjamin was involved. Funches was involved. And considering they did this without Greg Olsen, who was probably their second best offensive weapon behind Cam Newton. I love Cam's body language. This looked like the Cam of old. 22 of 29. So they're not having to throw the ball 35, 40 times because they're always in an advantageous situation. They're able to run the football. So now that takes even more pressure off Cam. And then when Cam, it broke down, Cam was like, hell, I get the hell up out of here. He was gone sliding, getting those first downs. I love what I saw yesterday from Carolina. But here's the problem that I have because I know what you're going to do. Tom, they tell me, that's why I don't know if this is true, Joe, but I heard Tom Brady was on the phone last night talking to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers said, hey, Tommy, now you know what it's like when your team give up 40-plus points and you got to score. And Skip Bayless said, well, if he's transcendentally great, he's supposed to be overcome this. And by this time, call waiting, another call comes in. Guess who it is? Peyton Manning. Hey, Tommy, how you like that? Now all those years, you remember I was in Indy and my defense couldn't get anybody off the field? And I was going the entire game and our defense didn't get a stop. Oh, so you mean to tell me a guy with 5 Super Bowl wins, and we talking about his defense. Why would we talk about Tom Brady's defense? He's great. He should be able to overcome this. I keep telling you, you don't want to get that old guy that stands on the sideline with them old cut off sleeve. You don't want to give him any credit. But Skip.
Oh, I don't, especially today. Go ahead.
The defense is bad this year, and it's not like they can't get it fixed, but it's hard when you can't rush the passer and you're not getting the coverage that you need on the back end. I don't know what's happened to Malcolm Butler. He just didn't step off a cliff. But let me play armchair psychologist. It looks to me that he's a guy that said, hold on, I came here as an undrafted free agent. I made it the greatest defensive play in Super Bowl history. I've gone to Pro Bowls, and I see you bring a guy in from the outside and give him $40 million in guaranteed money while I'm over here on this $3.5, $4 million contract.
Maybe so.
It's hard.
Maybe.
And I know people say, well, hey, Malcolm Butler, be a professional. Malcolm Butler said, y'all be professional.
Yep.
And give me what y'all owe me. I don't know if I've ever seen the Patriots like this ever.
I haven't either.
Thursday night, you give up 42 points at home, and then you turn around and you come back 3 weeks later and give up another 33 in which you only force 1 punt. Is it fixable? They have no choice because there's nobody on the streets that can come in there and generate a pass rush for them in which they need. And then the back end, I heard Eugene Chung kind of in the doghouse. He's falling out. Gilmore, who they gave all that money to, there's been some miscommunication on his part. He hasn't been holding up his end of the deal. Malcolm Butler was demoted. Skip, they got a lot of issues going on, and I don't know how soon they're going to be able to correct it.
Back to the question.
Yes.
Back to Cam Newton. I was so happy for him yesterday because I believe his entire career was teetering on credibility because it was starting to look like the MVP year was an aberration, a blip. And for him to have that game against that quarterback in that stadium was a huge turnaround game, and I hope for his sake they can build on this because they were coming off a home disaster at the hands of a division rival, 34-13. The Saints went in there and just marched all over them.
They did.
And for Cam to have this kind of game, it reminded me of 2013, a Monday night game. Do you remember this one?
Yes.
It was at Carolina against Tom Brady, and Cam came up big at the end through a touchdown pass. I think it was 25 yards to Ted Ginn, 59 seconds left to win that one. And it sort of brought him back after that quick pop start that he had with those two sensational first games. Then he struggled, and all of a sudden he was back on the map with a big Monday night home win, and it sort of catapulted him into back on track.
Correct.
So I'm hoping this will do the same for him. But when it comes to credibility, I can give none to the Patriot defense. You talked again about the New Orleans Saints defense being historically bad. Well, the all-time historically bad defense was the 2012 New Orleans Saints defense. This Patriot defense through 4 games has been much worse than the 2012 New Orleans defense. And this is what is so stunning to me. This is the same Patriots defense virtually. I'll go through it in a second. But it's almost the same group that led the NFL in scoring defense just last year that helped carry Tom Brady to a Super Bowl victory.
Correct.
Not sure how much it had to do with that, but it had something to do in the end. It finally figure out how to stop Atlanta. And through 4 games, this defense is giving up 457 yards a game, which is 242 more yards than the second worst team, the Indianapolis Colts. That is shockingly, all-time, stunningly bad. And here's the bottom line to what I saw yesterday. You and I thought coming into this season, and we both, by the way, picked New England to get to the Super Bowl. We thought this was going to be about Bill Belichick putting Tom Brady on trial at age 40. And at the first hint of showing some age, we thought that, he's going to cut bait pretty quickly and cold-bloodedly go to Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
Correct.
And all of a sudden, that script got flipped because now it's Bill Belichick on trial, right? Because how can you have a defense Okay, they lost Ninkovich to retirement at age 33, and I've got a hunch on this one. I'll bet you Belichick's calling Ninkovich today saying, hey, can you think about this? Can you think twice about this? Could you come back and give us just 12 games? Could I just spot you in to rush the passer?
I don't know if he's been doing. I don't know. I don't know if he's been working out.
But he's only 33 years of age. But I look at the defense. Shea McClellan is on IR, so they lost Ninkovich and McClellan, and then Logan Ryan, but they replaced Logan Ryan with the premier corner on the free agent market,
right.
Stephon Gilmore. So that's it. So it wasn't like a free agent exodus off this defense. It's all there, all the same guys. Devin McCourty and Chung and Malcolm. You talked about maybe something's going on with him psychologically in this. Maybe he's lost heart.
It's tough, Skip. It's tough, man. When you've been working so hard for this team,
and you
say, I want to be rewarded, and they say they take care of their own.
But for a while, I thought he was gone to New Orleans in the Brandon Cooks deal, and then he wound up staying in New England. And I concluded that the Patriots just won the Super Bowl and won the offseason, right?
Yes.
And guess what's going on? Lost in the shadows of all this, sort of swept under the carpet, is Tom Brady has been better this year than he was last year, which you could argue was his greatest year ever. Mm-hmm. Do you realize how great this man is at age 40? Do you realize he's now 10 touchdowns to 0 interceptions? He's completing 67% of his passes. He's second in QBR to, guess who we're going to talk about in a little bit, the new shocking surprise, Deshaun Watson is number 1 in QBR now in the NFL. Tom Brady is second to him. He's leading the NFL in yards passing, just pure passing yards. And he's tied with Aaron Rodgers for most TDs, but Aaron Rodgers already has 3 interceptions, so it's 10-0 versus 10-3. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I don't think Tom would talk to Aaron on the phone because Tom's better than Aaron. He's above that. Yep. He wouldn't take a phone call from Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
Aaron's not.
He should have won. Well, he should have won that game yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I think he did everything in his power to win the game.
No, he didn't.
He hit Amendola in the back of the end zone, and all of a sudden it's 30-all. And guess who gets the ball now?
Why was he
Carolina.
down? Why was he down? They punted 3 times.
How could you ask for more than he did yesterday? He was extraordinary yesterday. He's been extraordinary all 4 games.
No.
Yes.
You don't do that with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers be extraordinary.
I gave Aaron an A- on the Thursday night game.
We're not talking about the Bears. We don't. The Bears are so.
Well, I was trying to give him a break. He needs a pat on the head every once in a while.
We've seen Peyton Manning have these type games year in and year out. And I've heard Skip Bayless say, if you're that guy, you've got to win those games. Why were the New England Patriots punting the football? That's what I want to know.
So
why were they punting?
Carolina Panthers, who have a pretty good defense. You always say, Luke Kuechly, he's the best.
Oh, no, you told me.
Not Sean Lee, but that's what you say. Well, he was out there, and he led them in tackles. They're really good on defense. Yeah. And Tom Brady puts up 30 at home. I think that should win the game.
No.
Unless you give up 33.
Hold up. They gave the Panthers was 29th in scoring, but you still haven't answered me.
29th in scoring, and you let them score. They're averaging 15 a game coming in, and you let them score 33 in Foxborough? What? That's outrageously bad.
Can you tell me why did New England punt the ball 3 times? Was Tom Brady not quarterbacking then?
They're up against a really good defense.
No.
Good.
If you're like you say, if you're transcendent.
He's not going to.
Why not?
Have no punt game.
Why not?
He's 40 years old, and he's still playing at the highest level of his career.
Well, how was the level?
Well, how do you think he's been this year? The 4 games. No. You think he's been good?
All I know is he's 2-2.
Oh.
His resume says he's 2-2.
He has a defense on pace to be the worst defense in the history of pro football since the merger, since 1970.
Skip. We've seen Peyton Manning have defenses like this for 15 years.
Never this bad. Never this bad. Never Aaron Rodgers this bad.
Skip.
This is the worst. This is hit bottom.
Aaron Rodgers went 15-1 with the 32nd ranked defense. So we have seen it done.
Wow.
Peyton Manning team gave up 400 rush yards to Jacksonville Jaguars one year with Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew. So we have seen them play on defenses that were this bad. But we didn't make excuses like we're doing for Tom.
So Cam Newton gets the ball back at 3:04 remaining.
Yes.
Boy, you'd like to think give Tom Brady the ball back with maybe 40 seconds left.
Yeah.
I'd give him a shot. What did he do the week before against Deshaun? What did he do at Brandon Cooks in the corner of the end zone? He's the clutchest quarterback ever. Looked like he was going to be that yesterday with 3 minutes left. And it goes to third down. The first two times as Cam drives the ball, I'm taking nothing away from Cam here, but on both the big third down conversions, they were converted because of Patriot secondary penalties. The secondary is a chaotic disaster zone. They have no idea this is a Bill Belichick coach defense, and I'm putting it all on him. I know Matt Patricia's the coordinator. Belichick's calling card is coaching the defense. It's like Nick Saban.
Okay.
That's what he does. And speaking of Nick Saban, Belichick's forte is the secondary. So the secondary is completely disconnected. Every time I look up, Gilmore is looking at McCourty, and they're like, I thought you did. And twice they left the left flat just wide open for enormous gains where
Father Whitaker.
Yeah, here, go there.
Get him positive.
Then another one up the sideline. Cam could have had a touchdown here, or I could throw it up to him up ahead for another touchdown. And it's because Stephon Gilmore seems to have no idea how to play the Patriots defense through 4 games and the whole preseason. And I don't know what's happening, but this is not how Bill Belichick coaches a football team. So is he losing his fastball?
No,
I'm asking. I'm asking.
I just want you to help me.
So 2 third down penalties give them new life in the last drive, and it goes 10 plays, and they eat the whole rest of the clock. Field goal, buzzer, ball game.
Walk
Way
off.
to go, Cam.
Walk off.
Yeah.
But hold on.
Did Tom Brady get the ball back?
In Super Bowl 49, you tell me how great that Tom Brady played in the fourth quarter, but what was the play that won the game for them? Malcolm Butler. Yeah. But you brushed that up under the rug because
I don't brush it under the rug, but Tom did what he always does. Okay. Remember that game? He's 14 out of 16 against the Legion of Boom.
Okay, Tom did what he does yesterday. And what happened?
The defense was all time
okay. So guess what?
All time. And Cam had a big day. He did. He got off hot after the early interception, and even And by the way, remember, Tom Brady is doing this without his number 1 receiver, a guy who I told you last year, top 10.
He didn't have Gronk last year.
Julian Edelman.
Doesn't matter. You say he doesn't need him.
Big.
You say he doesn't need him.
Malcolm Mitchell was a 4th round pick.
You say he doesn't need him.
He's pretty good. He was a good young receiver last year. He's gone.
You tell me all the time.
It doesn't matter who's out there.
Okay, so why didn't they win yesterday?
Wow. Because Bill Belichick has put an embarrassment of a defense on the football field for really the first time in his career.
I'm not going to let you do Coach Belichick like that. Coach Belichick deserves better from you today.
Well, you know, usually at 2-2 back in 2014, speaking of the Seattle Super Bowl year, at 2-2 after the nightmare they had at Kansas City in the Monday night game, everybody wrote him off, said, it's too bad. Belichick never gave Brady enough help. And here they came because Cincinnati was next, and they just clobbered Cincinnati, and they were off to the races. I'm not seeing it this time. This feels different to me. I'm not sure this is a quick fix. You said it wasn't a quick fix.
No, it's not going to be a quick fix. It's going to take some time because the confidence level, Skip. When you get 42 hung on you in your building, and then the next time you play in that building, you get another 33 hung on you, and you lose the game, your confidence is shaken. So for someone to say, everything's going to be fine, everything isn't fine because we haven't seen them play like this through the first month of the season since Tom Brady's probably 3rd year, the year after the Super Bowl, because I think they ended up going 8-8. But I believe in Coach Belichick. You don't get to have the success that he's enjoyed, especially at this stop, without being able to correct some things. He's the best in-game.
We're about to find out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because he is on trial.
No, he ain't on nothing.
He's on trial.
Tom Brady's on trial.
And by the way, Vegas still hadn't given up on the Patriots because they're an early 5.5-point favorite at Jameis Winston Thursday night.
And guess what, Skip? You think about all the money Vegas took in because they bet the Cowboys. They bet all the.
Thank you for that transition, Shannon. Coming up, how much trouble are the Cowboys in?
Heat.
We'll discuss that next.
Heat.